Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Monday. It's your favorite day of the week. It's time for headlines. That's right. Oh yeah, baby. So sometimes when you buy a nice car, like a sports car or something like that, you buy it in. Some people like to buy it in. I guess some people like to buy any type of car in kind of extravagant colors. So this guy, he had a what kind of car did he have? It just has a sports car. In Germany, a judge has ordered the owner of a donkey to pay for damages his donkey caused to this guy's orange sports car because it looked like a carrot. So the donkey thought it was a carrot, tried to eat it.
Really?
Yeah. So the judge said, "Oh, you gotta
pay for the damage." Wow.
Yeah. So
how much was damages?
Let's see. Oh, what was it? It was an orange McLaren. Oh, that's quite the 5,800 euros worth of damage. So that's like 10 grand worth of damage. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What the hell did the donkey do to it?
I don't know, man. It's a 200,000 pound car. So
wow.
Yeah.
In Belgium, a university, there is a guy going around with one of those truck billboards. And on the billboard, it says, "Get yourself a sugar daddy."
No.
And it's advertising a website for students to go to so they can hook them up with sugar daddies so they can help pay for bills and school and things like that.
Nice.
And the university is up in purity about it because they're saying it amounts to prostitution. And the owner of the website and the board says, "I'm being realistic about how the world works.
Yeah.
All relationships involve money.
Mm-hmm.
My website is just upfront and forthcoming about it."
Yeah,
it's one of those things of join us. They might pay your bills.
Yeah, it happens all the time though. It does. He's right. To be realistic about it, it happens all the time. Women.
Yeah.
It's more women that use older men for their money than it is the other way around. I'm sure it happens the other way around, but
it does.
Most commonly it's a sugar daddy, maybe a sugar mama on occasion. But hey, that's like I remember AshleyMadison.com.
Yep.
When they opened up because it's a place for married people to go and have affairs.
Yep.
People got all up in arms about that, and it was like, well, it happens, so they're just taking. There's a niche in the market.
There's a market for it.
Yeah, so
taking advantage of that market, and it's just like, good for you. And honestly, I don't have a problem with the ad.
No,
it's
who cares?
You're targeting college students, so
it's like those abortion.
Those are the people that need it.
Those abortion ads too. Like same thing. I don't have an issue with that.
Well, I do when they're driving around the city and just there. Just like I don't need the missus.
I don't like to see it.
I don't need the missus to see it while she's driving, and I don't want my kids to see something like that.
So here's proof. A study was done somewhere that you should only work 3 hours a day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was a study. You know what? I don't even know where. But the breakdown that they studied, pretty much they broke down how much work you actually do in a day.
Yep.
Right. So it says you check social media for 44 minutes at work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reading news websites for 1 hour 5 minutes. Discussing out-of-work activities with colleagues for 40 minutes. Making hot drinks 17 minutes. Smoke breaks 23 minutes. Text instant messaging 14 minutes. Eating snacks 8 minutes. Making food in the office 7 minutes. Making calls to your partner friends 18 minutes. And searching for new jobs 26 minutes. So they've broken all that down into those, and that sounds pretty darn accurate. So I don't look for a new job at this job, but I do like a lot of social media checking and talking to partners and stuff like that. And
like I know when I'm doing certain parts of my job, I'll sit there and I'll read a newspaper article because it's just a waiting game. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I got like 10 minutes, not enough time to really do anything, so I just sit there and do an article. But I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, but you're not on any social media, right? So
no, true.
If you worry, it might be different. But I thumb through. I get even stupider looking through Instagram, going, oh boy. But I've always been an advocate for 4-day work weeks. 4 10-hour days, and you get paid the same amount. You get a longer weekend. But I thought it was interesting because it's pretty true. Like you're not very productive your whole 8 hours. Very rarely.
No, very, very true. It's very rare that you have a full 8-hour day of nothing but work, especially when you consider if you work in an office.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In Russia, a couple has been arrested and many charges are pending. A phone was found by a construction worker, and on the phone there was a picture of a dismembered body. They were reported to police, and police were led to a home. In this home, in the fridge, there was a whole bunch of unidentified meat. There was a photo book of various dead people in various different poses, including one where a head was on a silver platter with an apple in its mouth and like hors d'oeuvres around the head. And they're pretty sure that the couple is a couple of cannibals.
Wow.
And they could be responsible for upwards of 34 disappearances.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's some scary shit, eh?
Oh,
Man.
my gosh.
It's scary to think there's people out there like that who do that kind of thing, or who have that. Like, there's a wire that's crossed there somewhere, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, no, I agree.
Man.
Definitely agree about that.
Well, on a little happier note, sometimes you hear people like they're like make a marriage pact.
Yeah.
You know, a guy and a girl with their friends are like, oh, if we're not married by
okay.
40,
Yeah.
we'll get married to each other, right?
Yeah.
Well, this woman, she made a pact with herself, saying, if I'm not married by 40, I'm going to marry myself. Now, she couldn't legally marry herself.
Yeah.
But she had the audacity to throw, I think it was like $5,000 or $6,000 to throw a wedding for herself.
Okay.
She had 70 guests that apparently helped her pay for it. Chipped in money to help her pay for it and stuff like that. And she got married to herself. Yeah. A little bit odd if you ask me, but hey, each their own. Whatever floats your boat. But I think, what is that word? Not misogynist, but when you're very self-involved. I don't even know the word.
Narcissistic.
There you go. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a
Well,
little bit.
okay. Yeah, I guess a pack is a pack, but wow, that's definitely odd. You'll get a kick out of this one. So a married couple, they divorce. In the divorce, the wife gets $15,000 a month.
That's crazy.
As alimony, right? This was insane. That's like $180,000 a year, right? Just for divorcing the guy. Here's the kicker. They had to go to a judge, and the judge had to rule about the Edmonton Oilers season tickets because the guy says they're mine. She says he has to share. The judge says you have to share. And now he gets first dibs on the first game he wants to go to. She picks, he picks, she picks, he picks.
So they have to pick, out of 41 games, they have to divide them between themselves. And in playoffs as well, they have to divide between them.
Oh,
they don't have to go together.
Yeah, no, they don't.
So that's good.
Oh, wow. That's how important Oilers
and Oilers tickets are, yeah. Well,
that's
huge.
how
They're a hot
important. You
commodity.
needed a judge to straighten those two out. And I just thought it was hilarious.
If I can afford $15,000, why not just be like, I'll give you $17,000 and you give me the tickets?
Because if he can afford $15,000, I'm sure.
I guess you can't because there's a huge waiting list to buy more. So
yeah, exactly.
Wow, it's insane.
That was insane actually, and it just happened to be the Oilers.
Not only $15,000 in alimony, but they have to. I wonder if they had to go for a judge for anything else, or it was just, we can't decide on the tickets, so we need somebody else to tell us what we do.
I think the judge had to pick on the tickets.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. So, for the rest of the week, we are actually going to be doing a new segment starting on Tuesday, which would be tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing video games.
Yes. Tune in and see which game we're going to do first.
Yes. Wednesday, we're still doing the Flopbusters. And find out which ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they were okay.
And on Thursday, we're tasting one of my favorite foods. That's hamburgers.
One of my favorite foods too.
We chose them from 3 different fast food joints
here in Canada,
and we pitted them against each other.
Yeah,
and the results
are surprising.
Were surprising. Tune in Thursday to find out what they are.
We're shocked. We are. So, and I guess, oh yeah, one other thing. Hugh Hefner died.
Oh, man. Hugh Hefner, eh? The man, eh?
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's what they. That's the saying. That's him. Like, man. In other news, Viagra just declared bankruptcy. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Apparently, his little wifey isn't getting anything.
Really?
Apparently, yeah. Because they had an ironclad prenup, so she gets nothing.
Oh my
of
God.
Whatever he was worth. I don't even know what he's worth.
No,
but,
I don't.
You know, I wasn't a big fan of. Playboy had, like, honestly, had good articles.
It did.
That's what they had comics. They had good articles. It was a good read.
It was
For like Spank Bank material. For Spank material, it wasn't that great.
Okay, hold on.
Like,
At the time, it was fantastic.
Yeah. But then
nowadays, it's nothing. It's like.
But no, even when because we didn't have the internet when we were younger, we had magazines, right? So like
Playboy.
there was like Club and Club International, Penthouse, and I preferred those ones. I preferred the Club because
Yes,
it just seemed better. It was just better.
It was, but
Playboy, good read.
Playboy gave us a whole bunch of wonderful
They were more classy.
Yes.
Nude.
It definitely gave a little bit of sense to nudity.
Yeah.
A little bit of class to nudity.
Yeah. Whereas the other ones were just...
It's kind of lost in the internet nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
there ain't no class on the internet.
Yeah. And a radio guy, he said this one wonderful one. And he says about Hugh Hefner, it's like, is he really in a better place?
No. That guy... You hear these, like Ric Flair says he slept with, like, 10,000 women. Yeah, right. Okay? This dude, Hugh Hefner, I bet you he slept with, like... man, who knows?
At least half of every playmate that's
goodness, this
Playboy. And we're talking about, like, not when he was young. He was still banging them when he was, like, 90 years old.
And that's why Viagra's going to go out of business, just in case you didn't get the joke. But,
yes.
So, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for wonderful, wonderful content.
And we'll see you tomorrow.